I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you. I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you.
Welcome back, boys. Pepperoni's here with another GTA tutorial video. And today's video is end-to-end time trial, boys, okay? Now, this is another one of those very, very long time trials. I think this is pretty much as far across the map as you possibly can get. One tip for these type of races I can tell you is that you want to be in a very fast car or a very fast motorcycle. Now, I will be doing this race in a Shitaro. It is not that fast of a motorcycle at all. Anybody who knows anything about these motorcycles in this game know that it only goes 124 to 126 miles per hour at best, and that's probably going downhill. Your best bet for this race is going to be to use a body 801, which goes about 136, 138, or a Hakuchu drag, which goes about 142 miles per hour. Now, if you don't want to use a motorcycle, you can use the Wagner or the T20. And I did try this in the Pariah. I got very, 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 very close. And I know for a fact, if you guys do it a few times, you guys will probably be able to get it done in Pariah. Now, before I start this video up, I want to clarify a little bit of something. I had a couple people ask me how come I mix a week here or a week there with doing these time trial videos. And the reason is, if I feel like the time trial is difficult for me, which I am probably one of the best racers in this game. I can do like 10 races and win 9 out of 10 of them. And that's against other people. I'm not talking about time trials. So if a time trial is difficult for me and it takes me a long time to do, then I know it's gonna take you guys a long time to do. And I'm not trying to waste you guys' time by, you know, telling you guys, oh, this is an easy race and you'll be able to do it real quick and then it take you 3-4 hours to do. I mean, that's a waste of time for $54,000. And like always, boys, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button. All right, now let's continue with this time trial tutorial video. Okay, now once you've designated where the end of the race is at and you've marked it, okay, you want to go back to the race just like I did right here. And at this first little left turn, you don't want to release the gas. You don't want to hit the brake. You just want to hold down that trigger button as hard as you possibly can. Okay, and if right here you make this next little turn right here, is very, very careful. Okay, try not to hit the brakes. All you want to do is release out the gas just a little bit and you should be able to make that turn. Okay, now from here on out, you pretty much want to hold the trigger button. Yeah, just hold the trigger button down. If you're driving the Hakuchu drag or the body 801, you want to be holding back on the right stick for all these little straightaways right here. I mean, this is a long straightaway. You can really catch up on a lot of speed right here. But like I said earlier, I'm using the Shitaro just to prove a point that you can do this in a slower motorcycle. The Shitaro only goes 124, and the body goes 136, and the Hakuchu goes 142. So for me to be able to do this in a Shitaro means that you guys can pretty much do this in any of the faster motorcycles and any of the fast cars. And like I said earlier, the Wagner or the T20, or maybe even the Pariah. Now right here, you want to slow down just like I did, as hard as you possibly can, okay? Because there's always a lot of cars right there. Then after that, you just want to get back in this straightaway. Now the Pariah, if you tried in the Pariah, it might take you a few tries to do this, okay? I tried in the Pariah, I got really, really close. I was like 1 second from doing it, and I wasn't able to finish it, and I just gave up and said, you know what, let me just do this time trial real fast with the Shitaro and get it over with. And so my technique right here when I'm on this straightaway is I want to stay on the left side of the road as best as possible, okay? So what I'm trying to do here is I want to do as little turning as possible, okay? I want to make it seem like I'm basically doing a straightaway all the way there. Now, if you're in the middle of the lane, you're going left and right and left and right and left and right. You're going to be taking up a lot of extra time, okay? Now, if you're using the Hakuchu drag or the body 801, that's going to be just fine for you because, you know, you're going to be holding back on that right stick and you're going to be going, you know, 10, almost 20 miles per hour faster than what the Shitaro can go. But if you're using a slower motorcycle like the Shitaro, like I'm using right here, you want to be staying in this left lane and, you know, try to do as little turns as possible. Now, the Shitaro is one of the fastest accelerating vehicles in the game, but for top speed, it's trash, okay? Now, up here in a little bit, we're going to do another major turn, which is very, very important, okay? and it's very crucial to finishing this race on time. Now, if you stay in this right lane, you're not gonna be able to finish on time because you just have a lot of extra turns, okay? So when we get up here in a little bit, we're gonna turn and we're gonna get in this left lane. It's gonna take us a bunch of seconds off the clock for us. So at this point, you just want to be going as fast as possible, holding back on the right stick. Okay, now at this point, we're getting very, very close. Now when we see this sign right here, this is the last sign before the entrance. So we turn right here, and you want to stay on the far right side of this road, okay? You want to stay as close to this yellow line as possible. You don't want to get into the middle of the lane or get even in the middle of the right lane because those cars will aggro on you. You want these cars to just pass you by and not aggro you. So you want to just stay out of their way as best as possible because we all know how GTA is. Those cars will run right into you. And you want to try to stay off of that little skid stuff on the right side of the road. Now right here you want to turn and get it back into the right lane. Now what I advise you guys to do is try to stay on the right side of the lane at this point because we will be taking a right turn. And you know, like I said before, you don't want to be swerving back and forth. This is pretty much a straightaway. Now when you turn right here, you got to be very, very careful, boys, okay? Now, I turned it a little late, but this is fine. You can make this turn just like I did as well. Now, this little bump in the middle of the road right here in front of me, you want to dodge that bump right there. You see how I just dodged that bump? You got to dodge that bump. Because if you don't dodge that bump, you will bounce up in the air and it will hold you a lot of time. Now, thank you guys for watching the video. And I appreciate everybody who watched it, who stayed to the end. And if this helped y'all any bit, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you ain't hit that subscribe, hit that subscribe. And like always, boys, if you haven't seen me on GTA, if you haven't seen me on Fortnite, you haven't seen me on 2K, it's only a matter of time, boys. Peps out. Peace, love, and hair grease.